So in part 3, I talked about making sure that you keep a balance, but that you're also disciplined, keep a schedule, and keep your clients happy. In this episode, I want to talk about my actual schedule and how I work that out. First and foremost, from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, I'm checking emails, typically from my phone. Thank God we have that kind of technology. I'm able to do it whether I'm eating breakfast, whether I'm still laying down, whether I'm doing, a couple of yoga stretches. I'm able to check my emails and respond. So I do that from 8 to 10. Then from 11 to 2, I try to get the bulk of my meetings done and any of my more energy consuming tasks, because I know from 11 to 2, that's where my peak energy is. And that's where being self-aware becomes important. So I get a lot done from 11 to 2. I tend to take a break. I try to get some movement in. This is something that a person in my life gives me advice on. She's guiding me on how to do this and do self-care. I put in movement. It could be running, it could be boxing, it could be walking, just simply walking. It could be yoga, it could be a combination of these things. And then once I'm done with that, I've got my movement in. Then the second phase, I call it my business task, takes off. And that's usually from like 3 to 5. I do an additional set of tasks. I set aside making sure that I have face-to-face time with, my family, people in my household, that we have connection. We talk about, anything of interest in our lives at that time period. If I still have some tasks that need to be done before the end of the day, I don't start those until around 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. If I have something that needs to be finished that day, I take care of it at that point. Now, I don't abide by this schedule 100% because sometimes there are things that happen and I have to maneuver the schedule around, but these items are set in my schedule. They're in my calendar. I get alerts, and the alert will say, like, checking messages, morning tasks, rest and restoration, afternoon business task or phase 2 business task, family time. Like, it's all in my calendar, and I get an alert that says this is what that phase is. There's one particular section that says movement, just reminding myself to get up and move. And so that's a way for me to make sure that I'm keeping a balance where I have time to keep myself happy, time to keep my household happy, and time to keep my clients happy and satisfied as well. That way there's a balance. I don't get worn out by the end of the week. And it's been very, very important for sustaining my small business. And I encourage you to do the same. So whether you are already self-employed or you plan to be in the future, this is a great habit to start. Utilize your calendar to block off time for what is truly important to your path and your stability and growth as well.